This video will show you how to log a request to change on the Auckland ConnectWise Change Management Service Board. As this document here shows, there's roughly 11 steps that need to take place to successfully complete a change in ConnectWise and get the customer to authorise that change so we can undertake the work. You'll need a completed RFC form to submit to the customer. Now this is the same as the Word document of old. The thing is that we are submitting to the customer via closed loop email in ConnectWise rather than sending it from our Outlook. Okay, so the first 4 steps, I'm going to show you how to create a service ticket, and this basically puts us into the situation that we have the bare bones of a service ticket to undertake the rest of the process with. So in ConnectWise, we come in, which way you do it, and we create a new service ticket, and in this case I'm going to do it for XYZ Auckland, and myself. Now the person who selects as a contact is the person who will be approving the change on the customer side. We want to change to the Auckland Change Management Service Board, and now we get a customized set of statuses and service types. Standard change, which means there is some risk, there might be an outage and it may affect some users, but there's not massive risk. It's going to be an upgrade, so it's for email, so I will classify that as such, and then I'll put in the summary, succinct summary of what work we're doing, and we can now save the service ticket. We now have the bones of a change management service ticket. We now want to make it a change management ticket, which brings in all the processes that we have to follow when undertaking a change. And to do this, we apply the Auckland RFC service template. And to do this, we come up to the protractor here, apply standard template, and we drop down to Auckland standard RFC, and we append these 4 top options that you can see here: summary, description, internal analysis, and tasks. Apply those, and you can now see that we have here project ID or ticket number if applicable. Now this basically means that if we have a fault that this is being applied to resolve, we put the ticket number there. If it's against the project ID, we put the project details there. In this case it's an upgrade, it's just a pure change, so we don't need to add any details there. What you will see though is that the tasks that need to be undertaken for this change have been added to the tasks tab in the ticket. This has been pulled down from the service template. Now these are the tasks that we need to follow to work through the change from end to end. Okay. Now to allocate these tasks, I need to now go and add the resources that I need that will be working on this particular change. And in this case it's going to be me, and I'll add Harish, and I'll add Louise. Okay, so we are the 3 people working on this particular change. Now what I can do is I can go in and allocate these tasks to users. You can see I've initiated the RFC myself, so I can write here completed, done. Add resource, yep, that was me, so I can go in and say that I have added resources, click on done, so on and so on. As you can see, we have to do things such as plan the RFC, which is complete the Auckland request for change template in its entirety, which I've also done. So if I open up my document, I have already completed this ticket for Accent, and I can see that Warren Ashburner is the implementation engineer, so this has been done as well. Okay, so plan RFC, done by myself. Okay, now the form that we are sending to the customer is the same form as we have always sent to whichever customer you're sending it to. It's just that it is being sent via closed loop communication out of ConnectWise rather than email. Okay, so now we've completed the request for change, it's been peer reviewed, and we now want to send it to the customer for approval. So what we do is we come in and we create a closed loop time entry. Importantly, we need to include the contact on this piece of communication, so we bring them in to the closed loop discussion, and to do that we just tick on contact. We can add any third parties we want here, and we need to go and attach our change form to this ticket. And there we go. And what you can see now is we've added the contact myself to the ticket, we've attached the change request, and now I need to write a standard email. Could you please approve the attached change? Thanks, Rich. Now you'll notice I'm writing it just as a normal email because the salutations, etc., that come out in the email will be coming directly from here. Okay, so that will be the actual email. Now I save that, and the customer very shortly will be receiving an email, which I just have, and here it is there. Please approve the attached change. Here's the attached change. Okay, in this case the customer is happy with it, so they'll come back and they will approve the change. This has been approved. Please go ahead. Okay, and send that back to the system. What you'll see is the customer has come back and approved the change, and now we have it in the audit trail. We can see now how and when it was done. So if we go back to our document, we have basically undertaken all of these 10 steps except the final one, which is obviously undertake the change. So very straightforward: create the service ticket, apply the service template, add an incident or project number, add your resources, allocate tasks to the resources, complete the Word document RFC, and email the customer via closed loop to receive approval for this particular change. That is all.